morning, everyone. How is everybody doing this morning? Hope everyone is doing fantabulous. I myself had a pretty good night at work. Did have to train someone again, but she did a good job. Looks like it's definitely another laid-back Sunday. Everybody sleeping in this morning, relaxing. I don't blame them one bit. But good morning to Mr. Cliff, and Mr. JD. Hope y'all are doing great this morning. Sure, Mr. has been all over GTA 6 lore and news. I actually heard something about it last night on a podcast. They were talking about the fact that the guy really didn't have a full version. He had snippets. It was playable, and he proved it by, I guess, machine gunning his name into the side of a wall or something. I don't know. But if anything, they said it was just a good advertisement, a good commercial for the franchise. Hope all of y'all had a great Saturday. And I hope you have an even better Sunday. Yeah, I'm sure you know the truth, mister. I don't care enough to learn the truth. But that's just what was said on said podcast. I'm sure you've heard all the stories going around. They also said he offered some kind of deal, almost like a blackmail deal, to give it back to him or something, not release it. I don't know, whatever. Good morning, Mr. Sever. Yep, every day is a good day. Some are better than others. Alright, so let's get into it. Sever, I'm surprised you said good morning this morning without posting a link right afterwards. You must be still half asleep. So, good morning, Audiolitis. In my front pocket last night, I carried my beautiful PM2 with Rip's Garage Tech scales and lanyard plug. And I am happy to announce the build went together excellent. The centering is still great, and the action is still great. I do need to get a replacement clip of some type. I need to figure out what kind of clip I want on here. I kind of want a deep carry one, but I don't like most of the deep carry ones. So I'm having some issues. I wish Rip's Garage Tech would make one that matched these scales. I need to find a good deep carry one that I like decently and get my own pattern milled into it to match the scales. But as far as the scales go, I love them. To be honest, you're backing off buying knives for a bit. And there's nothing wrong with that. Mr. B. Shady has been doing that for the last month or so. He's been trying to enjoy the ones he's got more So I don't blame you for that, Mr. JD. I think we all need to enjoy the ones we have more. But yeah, I absolutely love this thing. It turned into a beautiful knife. From that to that is quite the difference. So yeah, I had that in my front pocket. And then still in my back pocket, which I'm getting it out, is my Zahn that I absolutely love. So talk about two bangers last night. I had them. I could probably be okay with those two knives if I didn't have any other ones. Something I noticed about both of them is I like a hollow grind. I was reported for fraud, and also from Pete's post of where he stuck that sticker to the back of the stop sign. They deleted that post and banned us. I mean, they banned us from going live for 365 days and said that we were trying to scam somebody with that post, which the post, so it was totally AI and it was totally false. And they're going to have to do something about that on Instagram, or they're going to lose a bunch of people. So yeah, Pete and I both got, because he collaborated on the post. I forgot to show that yesterday. It is on the Discord though. This was the post. It just said, slapping my stickers along with laid off Pete and causing a ruckus. Check out Blade Alchemy stream on YouTube every day at 8 a.m. And it gave my YouTube link. And they removed it. And it says it was a financial fraud and scam. It was a get-rich-quick scheme. Or misleading people about their likelihood of winning when gambling. So that post was all the post was. But that's what they claimed it did. Crazy. Man, this coffee is good this morning. So I got a couple of new knives in yesterday. I'll start with this one, I reckon. And yeah, so this is the Riot Krypton V2 that I bought from Love Them Knives. Looks basically brand new. The kickstop works great. The only problem with the kickstop is it kind of rattles when you close it, because it's moving around up there, so it makes a little noise when you close it. Yeah, this knife is not an integral. It is a clamshell construction. I'm not sure if you can see the line there, but it does have a screw hidden behind the clip screw and the clip screw. So it is definitely two pieces. This is my first Tashi knife. And I can get 4 fingers on it perfectly. So it's a good size. I thought it might be too small, but it's definitely not. Cool little knife. I don't mind his logo either. It's kind of bigger on the billboarding side, but it's kind of a design that it's not offensive. Good morning, Michael. So yeah, I got that one in the mail yesterday. And then the other one I got in the mail yesterday, Mr. Nick talked this one up. He said something about it yesterday morning and asked where it was, and I didn't know where it was and thought it was going to be a little while, but it showed up. So here is it. And it is that mini Thai Mastiff. And it is quite a bit smaller than I thought it was going to be. I knew it was going to be small, but I didn't know this small. So yeah, I wished it was just a little bit bigger. You can see it just barely fits across my palm. It won't fit across my palm, actually. But super cool little knife, and it's about a perfect 3.5, 4 finger knife when you choke up on it. It's really about 3.5 for me, but for most people it would probably be a perfect little 4 finger knife. You can see it's got the super cool milling on the blade, the step milled blade. The action's good, the lockup's good, the liner's good, the front flipper's easy to use, it's got good jimping. I think you can slow roll the front flipper around. Yep, you can slow roll the front flipper perfectly. You can get 3 fingers on it behind that choil, so that's cool. But yeah, it's a cool little size knife. It is a lot smaller than I thought. I thought it was about a 1/2 inch longer. So I feel like I got 3 new knives yesterday, because I got these 2 in the mail and I got these scales that turned this into a brand new knife. And I'm glad I went with the Rips Garage Tech. I like the lanyard plug. It all fit together great. Action's still great. Centering's still great. It's basically like a new knife though. Alright. Sever, I think, has already thrown a link up there. What are we looking at, Sever? Freeze Arno, JDVD, and JVO design. This is JD's Gold Standard Premium. Don't know what that means. But that is a pretty wild looking knife. With the giant flipper tab. That one's girthy and not lengthy. It's pretty lengthy too. Love that blade. Not sure what's going on with all those layers, but looks cool to me. I'd have to say it doesn't look quite as gaudy as it could. It looks classy. It's in that zone though. Build quality looks great on it. Fit and finish and all the patterning he did to it looks pretty wild. The blade and backspacer is a beautiful Japanese Yushoku Sanmai. Scales and pivot collars are Chad Nichols, 3 alloy, copper, bronze, and Zerk. Pivot collars and bolsters are oil quenched Zerk. Pocket clip is also Zerk. Liners are anodized titanium. Blade length approximately 3.58 inches, 8.5 inches overall. Yeah, crazy looking knife there, Sever. Audiolitis, you're still waiting on your ZTs? Yeah, you've been waiting on those for quite a while, huh? Alright. Oh yeah, TC mentioned that the original Zons make that rattle sound from the lanyard plug, and I didn't show that yesterday, so I thought I shot a video of it last night and you can hear it pretty well. Let me show that real quick. So that's the sound it makes from the lanyard plug moving back and forth in it. It's kind of annoying, but I'm betting that pretty much all you got to do is put some paracord through it and make a lanyard, and it'll stop making that noise. I thought the clip was loose when I first heard it. That is not the case. I'm pretty sure all you'd have to do is put some paracord in that hole and it would be wide enough that it would keep it from moving much. Yeah, this thing is so nice. I can see why people love this knife. It just feels solid. And I can't wait to put the new clip on it. And what's funny is Lou in the Discord yesterday posted the exact same knife with the clip that I'm getting, which was pretty funny to me. He see if I can find it. Yeah. But this one, why doesn't this one have the... This must be a clone. This must be a clone with the clip. Or maybe you can replace the lanyard hole plug with another screw. I don't know. But that's the same clip I'm getting for mine. What does he say here? Zon DP with lanyard tube bypassed. Okay. So I guess maybe you can put another screw in there? I don't know. TC, is that the case? Can you swap out that lanyard plug for another screw? I don't know. Maybe so. Now it makes me wonder if it came with another screw that I could put in there. Let's see. It's got another one of the lanyard plugs. I mean, the lanyard. And it does have. Oh, those are thumb studs, I think. Oh, what are those? That one's got. It doesn't have bits on either side of that one. That's weird. How would you tighten those up? You have to just grab those with the pliers. They don't have torques or any kind of bit in them. Yeah, I would imagine you can probably put something in there. I don't particularly like the rattle either. Wondering what I got in here and if something would work to do that. I mean, it's pretty annoying. But I bet I could take this screw right here. Wonder if that goes in there. I bet that would go in there. It looks like it. Especially from y'all's view. It looks like it's already in there. It's actually just sitting. It was actually just sitting on top. But I think that might go through there perfectly. You can't see the. So that might go right through. Pretty cool. It came with the extra hardware. Try it. I kind of like the plug. I like the looks of the plug instead of another screw there. But I was thinking about putting something in there to keep it from rattling regardless. So, yeah, maybe we should take it apart. Let me see what I got here. We ain't got nothing better to do today, huh? Let me see. Are these T8s? Uh-oh. I got my little thing off. I think these are T8s. Thought they might have been like T9s or something weird. Okay, that's the pivot. I'm guessing this is a T8. Feels like a T8. All right, there's one of them. There's the other one. There's it apart, and there's that little lanyard plug. Ain't nothing to it but to do it, huh? So this was right there. Alright. So let me get the other. This one looks the same. And this one looks the same. So that should replace those two. All right. Oh, and I can put the other little spacer on there too. This all should work great if I can get it all lined up right. All right, I'm gonna put those in after I get the scale back on. All right, got that one on. Got that one in. Got that one in. Looks like the these go in from the other side. Let's try to get those back in. All right, that one's lined up. Let's try the other one. Yep, it fits perfectly. This is the original screw to go with the original Gotta get this started at least. Alright, got that one started. Got those started. Got that back in. Tighten back up. It's a little too tight. All right, that feels good. And then tighten these back up. So yeah, that worked perfectly. No more rattle. Only thing changed was this. So I'm not sure which one I like better. But I guess I'll leave it like that for now. Want to be like Mr. Lou. So now Mr. Lou's does look exactly like mine, or how mine is going to look. So that's cool. Go back and look at it one more time. There it is. I like that clip a lot better than the one on mine right now. But the screws do look the same now. Where are we at? Way up here on the screen, huh? Even more. We're up here. Yep, that clip looks a lot better. Alright. Well, we got that figured out. You can replace them with the same exact screws that go in that one. And now it makes no rattle. So that's pretty awesome. Yeah, luckily I didn't need to buy any hardware because it came with the whole other set. But that's good to know. Yeah, I'm not sure, Michael. Seems like they would make the tolerances a little tighter. But I guess all of them rattle. Shout out to Mr. JT. Shout out to Mr. Aaron with the beautiful Les George. Yep. Mr. Aaron got him a new Les George. And that's Mr. John Tagamori Plunkett. Alright, let's see. Let's go back over to the browser. I got a few links today. Not many, but got a few we can talk about. This was an absolutely gorgeous hand grind without a jig, just doing it because you know what you're doing. I'm curious about the swedges, if they're the same size on both sides. They look pretty close. I mean, not the swedge, the flats. So let's see, the flats from the bottom of the curve right here, they're a little bit longer. I mean, it's a little shorter than the distance from the curve there. So when we look at this point out here and back to where that bottom of that curve is, it's a little shorter than that. So let's see when he flips it over if it lines up. Yeah, it looks a little shorter on this side than it did on the other side. But pretty close. Very close. Still a sick grind. Can't expect it to be perfect if he does it by hand. That's still perfect to me. Alright. This was a cool video from Skiff Made Blades using one of those new sanding attachments to help get the lines out of his blades.
Here's an upgrade made to the process of how we get rid of the grinder marks by stoning them. I used to stone them by hand, and you know, your fingers getting them and whatnot. So I finally upgraded to this. It's a reciprocating profiler. I got it from Guesswin. I just wanted to give a shout out to Ian. He's the sales manager for Guesswin on the
Good morning, Gonzo.
I called and talked to him. Ironically, he just got back from Blade Show. He was out there seeing what everybody does to get an idea how Guesswin tools can help them. So anyways, I called him at the right time. He suggested this one. It has an adjustable area back here to adjust the stroke. It can start out at 1 millimeter and goes up to 6. It came at 3, and I've been using it at 3. I like it there. So it was nice to talk to him. He's very knowledgeable about their products. He suggested this one. This is the one I got, and he suggests this as a power supply to run it. It also has a foot pedal. I'm not using the foot pedal at this time, but anyways, it works really well.
Reciprofile.
One thing that was nice about talking with him was he's very knowledgeable about the stones. I have been using the blue EDM. I used the G2 they have. I did also try the die maker, and after talking with him, he had said the Mold Maker Plus, I would suggest that. I think he'll like it. As I talked to him about the speed of what the stone breaks down to conform to the area that I'm working on. And he was right. I'm using these Mold Maker Plus stones, and they work very well. It breaks down quick enough that it gets into the area I need it to, and it lasts long enough to get the job done. Anyways, I guess I just wanted to say I really like the tool. It's working good for me. Especially, you know, when you work with MagnaCut or S45VN, these marks are hard to get rid of, and this really helps a lot. So if you're interested in something like this or need to know more about stones, I would give Ian a call. Contact him at Guess One. He's the sales manager on the industrial side, and he's a real nice guy to talk to.
So that's cool. So, Guess One. How do you spell that?
Give a shot. This one on the.
Let me see this box again.
Guess One. Stroke. 1 millimeters and at 3 eligible. Suggest power supply. Also has. It works really well.
Right here. GESSWEIN. GESSWEIN. Tools. Precision tools. What did it say? For jewelry, mold polishing, and all kinds of stuff. Casting, dust collection, engraving, lighting, magnification, welding and soldering, power tools. Let's go over to power tools. D-profilers. There's the flex shafts. That's the nice one. I think that might be the one that TC got. Could be wrong, but it might be a guess one. Sure, he'll let us know in the chat here in a second. I'm going to guess that this D-profiler is the same one that he got. Okay, here's the one he got. Reciprocating profiler. Z8X and Z2X. They're both $1,300. Wow. Good morning, Hisoka. Yeah, I've been wondering about that still. Good morning, Brown Sugar. By the way, Mr. Gonzo, officially, I should have clarified the giveaway because I said the first person that posted my stickers on social media would win a knife. And then I also said if somebody put it on a stop sign that I would send them a knife. And Pete did the first thing he did was put one on a stop sign. So he showed the sticker first by putting it on a stop sign. So at first I thought that maybe he should win both knives. But then I decided since you were the only other one that posted my sticker on a stop sign, that you would be the second winner. And Pete said he didn't want both knives. So you get the other knife for sticking it on a stop sign, and Pete gets the first one for doing it a day before you. So I thought I'd let you know that. I didn't say anything in the Discord, so I thought I'd just let you know live. So I'll be sending you a knife sometime this week. And Mr. Pete. Alright, back to these tools. I did not know they were going to be this pricey. And you have to buy the power supply. Which is pretty wild. And you have to buy the stones. So the power supply, don't know where it's at. Micro motors. Yeah, there. No. I'm sure they sell the power supplies separately. controller only. So anyway, sure, it's another $500 or $600. Couple of grand will get you into that piece of equipment he showed. That's pretty wild. But when you're building knives as nice as his, I guess you can afford that. Yep, that was that link. Let's see, next link I had was the small version of that little unique knife, but he got it finished up, anodized, and it looks better than just the plain one did. And he got Damascus blade put in it. That's pretty cool. Frankenforge blades. This electrode is available on the site. I'm sure it's sold by now. That's a super cool looking knife too. Action on that thing looks super sick. I mean, look how quick it closes. That's pretty wild. That's some of the best looking action on video of any knife I've seen. So yeah, let's head over and see what the price is on that thing. The electrode. It's only $600. That's not the exact one. This one's $635. Nice pictures. Yeah, that's a sick looking knife. That one is definitely on my radar now. Haven't been familiar with him for long, but I'm familiar now. All right, was that number 4? Yes. And shout out to Crab Castle Forge again. He said he made his own pine cone scales, and it looks like this is one of them. One of the sets that he just got done cutting apart. So that's pretty cool. So shout out Mr. Crab Castle. Then I thought I would show this, which is all the different variants of the Alutex. And we need to put an order together because I can get these for us for 50% off. Around $70 shipped per set. I really like that color. That maroonish color, purple color. I also like the ones with the metallic, like those in the blue and the regular. But I really like that color, and that's got the metallic in it. But it's hard to see all his stuff and what they look like in the scale form before this video. I told him he needed to make a good post showing them all so you could see what they look like, what the texture of them look like after they got formed into scales instead of just looking at them. The green's not bad either. Showing what they look like finished up, because they really change look. Yeah, I like that blue and black and the regular black. That one's pretty cool too. That for a bug out? Maybe? Oh, that's cool. So yeah, awesome video from him. Audioitis, okay. We can get in an order together.
To reach a mirror finish, and it probably won't be the best, but I can guarantee you that if you follow these instructions and these steps, you will get a mirror polished blade with a very good finish. It seems to be complicated and long, but actually it is not. Let's give a look to the materials. First, the stones. I use these water-based stones. As you can imagine, there are various types and various grits. I basically use and recommend you use this one, which is somewhere between this very hard one and this much softer one, and so it wears out sooner, but it also removes scratches much faster. That is why I don't use soft type. In fact, I don't use these stones by hand except in some areas of the knife, like the plunge line near the ricasso. I use the stones with a multi-tool. It's actually an oscillating multi-tool. It is cheap. It works doing this type of movement. The movement is very short, about 1 or 2 millimeters, and very fast. This movement is sufficient for removing scratches without damaging the surface. This is a simple battery-operated multi-tool that is very lightweight. How do I do it? I take a small piece of stone, in this case, for example, a 600 grit. I split it with mosaic pliers and I glue it with cyanoacrylate on these blades, which are the classic multi-tool blades. I glue it directly on the multi-tool blade or using this holder. In this case, this is a 3D printed holder. In my opinion, this is a very valid tool because its blade in harmonic steel allows me to give the right pressure to the movement and to the stone. Pneumatic files movement is not so good, especially for large blades. They don't guarantee the same pressure and their control is more problematic. Even if you use pneumatic files, try this and tell me what you think. Sandpaper. I can assure you that there are sandpapers that will change your life. I don't want to advertise, but this one here you may recognize is a perfect sandpaper for our purpose, for our materials and for our steel, especially for RWL 34, which is a steel that lends itself well to machining anyway. This kind of paper truly changes your life. Diamond, actually diamond compounds. After trying so many different types, found these. They are quite cheap compounds. They come from Ukraine and they are of a very good quality. There are 4 types. Diamond compounds differ according to the amount of abrasive contained in the paste and the shape of the abrasive. That is, the diamond abrasive inside the compound could be in the form of spheres, drops, or in the form of stars. Obviously, the greater the amount of abrasive within the paste and the star shape ensure much greater speed and aggressiveness than other diamond pastes. In this case, this one here is a medium content abrasive and has a star shape. Then maybe we can talk about diamond pastes more widely. Usually compounds with less abrasive are suitable for using with electric or pen pneumatic tools. For 9 microns to 3 microns, I use high content compound and with star-shaped diamond parts. About this diamond paste. This is a 1.0 that I don't actually use often, as I will show you here, except in very rare cases and except in certain steels. With RWL34 there is no need to go that low. 1.0 is the size in micron, so it means that there are diamond grains in here of the size between 1 and 0 micron basically. I obviously don't use the diamond paste with my hands, but I use them with these little pads that attach to a regular rotary multi-tool like a Dremel might be. These are cotton pads that have a slightly flexible rubber backing and allow me to clean the blade toward the end of my process without going and creating hallucinating
that's
scratches
good.
basically.
Having that backing, that little rubber backing helps.
Machine buffing. Actually, I do not use it to remove scratches, as I will explain later. I use it only to highlight any scratches from previous grits that did not come off during the operation.
Alright, this is a long video.
Finally, there is the grinder. Actually, at first indeed there is the grinder. I use the grinder to shape the blade and give it the correct geometry. In the legend in this diagram is a drawing of this knife representing the direction of the scratches, that is, how I need to use the various abrasives and the scratches direction I want to obtain. So the first step, which is not part actually of the polishing process for me, is that of grinding the knife. I use this progression. I use 36, 60 and 100 grit ceramic belt, and I will have vertical scratches. So I will hold the knife with the grinder spinning this way, while holding the knife like this. Then I move on to another type of belt, which is a Cubitron from 3M with grits 180, 240 and 400. Here I stop with the sander, partly because I'm not able to go to higher grits, partly because I don't need it substantially.
Morning, Matt Hoff.
At this point my blade will have a surface that will actually have scratches mixed in.
Yeah,
it will have scratches from the 400 grit for sure, but it will probably have scratches
a lot of people
from the
will
240
like this.
Same grit. Series of
we can
pad like this.
I wonder if he shows. So he's showing the different
patterns. Let's be careful when we go to use sandpaper because you might make a mistake. If this was the section of the surface of my blade and this is a scratch, if I go to use sandpaper in this way, I'm not going to do anything but go to get scratch of this kind. I'm not going to remove a scratch, I'm simply going to smooth out the corners, and when I go to see a mirror polished blade with this kind of surface, I'm going to see what is a kind of orange peel effect that I don't like. Polishing the surface of your blade with a swab in this way causes us to remove actually all this material. It is the proper way to do. We're going to finally get a completely planar blade, and that's what we have to do.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So to recap, I pass the 320 and I do the scratches lengthwise. Always with 320, I'm going to simply create some scratches in other directions. I need these because when I do the next step, this will help me a lot. I'm going to repeat them for 400 grit, for 600 grit, 800 and 900 grit. So 400 stone, paper 400 and so on. These scratches in the oblique direction will allow me to see in this pass that I have removed all the scratches of the previous grit. This is a procedure that really takes very few seconds. I can tell you from my personal experience that using the multi-tool and this little machine this pass will exhaust it in 10 minutes. At higher grits it will be faster. For a 25 centimeters long knife, all this pass takes me in total about 20 minutes, not more, per side. Next I go to the polishing machine. I use a rag disc, so a very soft disc, because again, I don't need this step to remove scratches. I just need it to make the surface slightly shiny so that I can more quickly identify scratches from previous grits. Remember to use soft and not abrasive compound to do this step. And pay attention because buffing machine is very dangerous. This step too, as you can see, takes very short time indeed. I just give it a wipe, 20 seconds, no need to be there that long. And be sure not to use very aggressive abrasive pastes. You realize from previous grits also quite fast with much finer abrasive papers. As you can see, I use the 1000, 1500, 2000 and 2500. And again, I use the 45-degree scratch technique to allow me to get a good look if I remove all the scratches the next time. The idea is that if at 1500 I see more scratches in the oblique direction, it means that I have not removed the 1000 scratches. I subsequently, for a mirror polish, these three, there are several units.
So yeah, this is how to get a mirror polish. I thought he might show an actual example of him doing it.
All these steps on the other side too.
Let me
But when we have finished also the other side, it will be time to have a well-deserved URL. Beer.
But there's the actual post.
I hope this could help.
I'm going to go to that post and save it real quick to check back on later. Well, that was very interesting, TC. Thank you. Alright, that's the one I was at. Let's see. This would look like a super cool little game. This was something non-knife related that I thought y'all might enjoy. But if you've ever thought about turning stuff on a lathe, this seems like a cool little app to practice on different tools and what they would do and how you shape stuff without actually having to use a bunch of different material. So if you've ever thought about doing stuff on a lathe, this looks super cool. Don't know what it is, but I'm sure y'all can figure it out. And can't tell what I can't read any of that, but some kind of lathe app. It's pretty awesome. Alright, then I like this color combo. And I'm not sure what I think about the knife. But I like the green and orange. I mean, green and purple together. Why did I say orange? Guess I was looking at that orange spot on it. I like that blade grind though. It's a cool little dealio. Then this was a render, an AI render of a new knife that reminds me a lot of some CKFs, but I do like the shape of it. This is from a new guy, MMX Design, that I ran across, and he's got a lot of sketches of stuff. And I guess he sketches stuff up, you know, and then puts it into AI to help him render it. And this is a Poikilo that he might design that same way. So yeah, seeing other guys sketches is pretty cool on how they make their knives. So he's got a ton of sketches, different styles. But this one does say that it is an AI render or AI content. But you can use the tools now to really highlight your sketches and turn them into reality pretty quickly, which is pretty awesome. And then shout out Mr. Nick T. Hadn't seen him a while. He yeah, he's not been around. But y'all know how I love my VK stuff. And he's got an awesome lineup of VK knives. So shout out Mr. Nick T. Click the next video. Oh, next video shows him working. Okay, sorry, I didn't see it. TC.
40 and 180 grid. In the first step of my polishing process, I use a 320 stone attached to an oscillating multi-tool. This multi-tool has a movement of 1.7 degrees with a speed from 5,000 to 18,000 oscillation per minute. I use it with a speed of about 8,000 oscillation per minute. The stones used in this video are Geswein de Maker. They are water-based stones. I keep the surface of the blade wet with water. Say hello to Sasso. After the 320 stone, it's time to use a 320 sandpaper. I use Indasa Renowet Red Line sandpapers. Use sandpaper with a stiff pad to guarantee surface flatness. Sandpaper step is really fast. It will take just 1 or 2 minutes. Repeat these steps for 400, 600, 800, and 900 grit. See you in the next RWL 34 Club video.
All right.
After the grinder, there.
That's cool. Link him. Are you talking about the maker? That this guy? Maxi Moo. Maybe this is who you were wanting to link to. Maybe I deciphered that correctly. And then Grateful Dong has a Roxy 4. And I want a Roxy 4. Someone find me a Roxy 4 that doesn't want to actually buy it. Sending me links for knives for sale and then buying them yourself is not cool. I'm just joking. But yeah, shout out the Roxy 4. It's hard to find. And it's the long one. That's why I want it, because it's bigger. And this is a post about from Dylan for the Win about having a knife addiction and being able to find them all over the place. And he has about a third of the knives that I have. Sure, his are much higher quality for the most part. But, yep, you can find knives everywhere unless you use cases like I do. So, I felt his pain. And then last but not least, Les George showing a quick look at how these parts are coming together before they shut it down for the weekend. See y'all in Orlando. And that looks like it's going to be a beast. So, yes, that is the links I had for today. Y'all are going to have to help me out for looking at the rest of the stuff for the next 25 minutes or so. I can show my new knives from yesterday for a few minutes, but not very long, without getting y'all totally bored. The kickstop's super cool on this one, though. It's pretty big. It's bigger than I thought. I haven't taken this one apart yet. I would like to do that and see how the kickstop is all. Mr. JD, not sure what you're thanking me for, but you're surely welcome, sir. Yeah, so I finally got a Tashi knife, and I like it. I can get 4 fingers on it. It looks like it's very functional. I love the horizontal satin lines. Love the blade shape. And like I said, I don't mind his logo, even though it's kind of big. Yeah, that's what he was showing on that post, was an original Roxy and the Roxy 4. So that's an original and the 4. Cliff? I did not. I probably won't go even go look at it. I can't imagine it's anything great. Pete, you can go look at it whenever you want to. Not even gonna give it the time. What are the cons of the K2 from OK? It's giant. I mean, I don't know. I'm sure it's bad. He's talking about want to know why knives. Pete. Yeah, I'm not interested in drama, so. But man, this thing turned out great. I guess you weren't here the other day when I told all about him pawning a clone, or telling me he pawned a clone for $120 and feeling okay about it. Yeah, I talked about his character. Oh, it's all good, Cliff. I appreciate you bringing it to my attention, but I don't really care. Mike John, let me show you the K2 and show you how giant it is. Ow! Because it is a stupid big knife. So if you want a giant Spyderco, it's the one for you. All right, so you have the Spyderco PM2. which is pretty big. Oh, it's all good, Pete. Y'all don't have to apologize for nothing. I speak my mind, and I say how I feel, and it's over with when I say it. Y'all don't have to apologize for nothing. Y'all are welcome to say whatever you like in the channel. Just if I say I'm not going to address it, just don't keep going on about it. And we're totally cool. This is the military 2, which is even bigger. Yeah, no apologies needed from Cliff or Pete. I appreciate y'all both caring. Alright, so you have the PM2, you have the military 2, and then you have the K2. So, that's how that goes. And you got the pair of 3. All right. Pete, I think you would love this little thing. I think you need to get you one of these Thai Mastiffs. I think all y'all would like it if you like smaller knives. I think most people with regular size hands would be able to get 4 fingers on it perfectly. It's about a 3.5 finger for me comfortably. But yeah, super comfortable knife. They did a perfect job bringing the choil into the scales. I believe they're 150 bucks with M390 and the step milled blade. William, I've got a couple of sets. I've got a blue set and a black set that you can have for a PM2. You can have one of them. I don't need them. But yes, this is as big as the handle on the K2, which is pretty wild. Did you buy that other plunket that you sent me a link to? Oh, okay, you just answered me. Yeah, I think it's 150. We'll go look. Olitans. Mini Thai Mastiff. Okay, so it was 168. I feel like I might have, I don't know, maybe I used a code? I don't know. I don't remember exactly. It took it quite a while to get here. All right, what else y'all want to look at today? You got any questions about any other giant knives? The tip down carry is the only other problem with this knife, and it's the same problem I have with the other giant Spyderco, the military 2. They both have tip down instead of tip up carry, but they're both frame locks also. So this one is pretty dang nice, other than the clip. And you know, it's got great action, and you can hear the sound it makes. Makes a great sound. In fact, it makes a super. The Native 5 I don't have. I just have the Sage 5. I've got a couple of those, but I don't have a Native 5. I do like the Native 5. It's got, you know, it's very, very similar to the Sage 5, but it's got a nipple. I mean, the Sage 5 has a bigger nipple, but it's very, very similar, except it's a backlock. And I don't like their backlocks. I would much rather prefer a compression lock. Yeah, I don't even know what he's talking about, Pete. I mean, I don't even know what you're talking about, but the 50th anniversary edition. What is that? Aha. The amber bone. Oh. Yeah, somebody had that one. We looked at that one somewhere. That's funny that it tilts. Good old Flash animation. It's not Flash. I think, isn't it a crazy price? Yeah. I think it's silly. I think you could get 5 other Spydercos for the price and be a lot happier. And I don't like the double pattern color dealio. But for a collector's edition knife, I mean, I imagine it probably won't go down in value. But if you're only buying it to collect it, I don't know. I think you'd have to be a hardcore Spyderco fan to want this one knife to put up instead of 5 that you could use. I'm just totally giving you my opinion on the whole topic. It's perfectly okay if you want to get one. I'm just telling you how I feel about it. Yeah, the S90V is cool. A lot better than S30V. it's a pretty cool, yeah, they won't lose their price. They'll go up. So it is a good collector. That's what I said. If you want to collect it, it won't ever drop in price. It'll only go up. I think they know what they're doing. And I don't know if they're pulling a Benchmade on the price, or if all the time that went into each one is worth that. I don't know. So I can't really speak on that. But I could find I could find 10 other $1,200 knives that I would rather have. To answer your question fully. That's what I think of it. Good question though, thank you. Alright. Anybody else want to address anything? I've got to I got to shoot some more videos. I got to shoot a video on this knife today, and I'm probably going to shoot a video of this knife today. Might as well. Yeah, Benchmade has done a great job of branding themselves, especially to the masses who don't know about knives. Yeah, if you could get one for cheaper, I'd say go for it. I don't know if they're GovX accessible, or if you can get them. Yeah, if you can get it for cheaper, man, go for it. I like that Olitans has stepped up their game all the way around. Better pouches. They're really trying to step up in the knife game, and I appreciate that, because they make some nice stuff. You know, they kind of started out as Amazon, and they did great on Amazon, and now they're really doing great at the other stuff, at the better stuff they're doing. So that's the way to do it. Start out on Amazon, make you a grip of money, and then use that money to make better knives. That's a great business model, in my opinion. Yeah, JD, but how do you like that backlock? Like, do you like, is it easy to close and fun to close? Like, I don't know, like, I've not had that many backlock knives where I felt like they were fidget friendly, or that I just even felt like they closed easy. I don't know. I just prefer other locks besides a backlock. I guess it's what you get used to, but I've just never felt like really fidgety with one. Never had one. I take that back. The only knives, let me show you the only knives that I have that I feel comfortable with. Let me see if I can find them real quick. I've got all my cases labeled, so yeah, here they are. Yeah, they made a grip of money on Amazon and then used that money to. So here's, I don't know who has the best knife day sales, William. You asked that yesterday, I believe. It's knife week, isn't it? Or these last 4 days are like knife week. But this is the only one that I've liked that had a back lock. And it's because when I hit it, as long as I get my fingers out of the way, it'll drop enough that I can just shake it closed. And so it's pretty, it does scare me sometimes when it swings too far and almost gets down here to my fingers. So I have to be careful with it. But these are the only ones that I've felt comfortable and okay closing. But my other, see, when it swings around like that far, I get a little scared. As long as, yeah, because it'll almost come around and get to your finger, it feels like. But my two 8010s are the only, yeah, I know, Triad, I know. But it functions the same. It's got the button in about the same placement as the one I was talking, as the native. So the release would feel the same. I'm not talking about the actual lock mechanism, but, and this one swings around a little bit faster and fuller. I was just talking about the location of the lock and how it doesn't feel. But even my other Triad lock knives don't feel as nice as these. But if the native 5 felt like these and would drop like that, then I would probably be okay with them. I've never held one, so I don't know. I've had some other Spydercos with the back lock, but I didn't really pay attention to them as far as action. Good morning, Mr. B. Shady. Rise and shine, sleepyhead. You're probably at work. I'm probably preaching to the choir. Well, unless somebody has something else they want to speak on, guess we'll start winding this one down today. Mr. William, if you pay the $6 or $7 shipping for these, you can have them. I can I'll put them in a box and see what the shipping will be if you want to. You can have them for that. Sure, it wouldn't be more than $7 or $8 total. Yeah, the Mannix does have a cult following. And I'll tell you what, Mr. Mike John, if you're still around, one of the absolute best OK knives that you can get is this Mannix lightweight, Mannix 2 lightweight. This thing is awesome and amazing. And has such good action, such good sound. Such solid lockup, and it's super light. This one No, that's a compression lock. I used to have another one. But this thing is super light. Let me see how light it actually is. .82 ounces. So yeah, if you don't have a Mannix, these Manic 2 lightweight on OK Knives are pretty awesome. I mean, the snap open and close, I hope you can hear that, how nice and solid it sounds. Yeah. So those are super cool. Let me see if I can find them, see if they still have them. I imagine they're easier to find on the KY Knives site than the OK Knives site. For some reason, the Spyderco's seem to be over here easier. Let's see what we got here. Don't see them yet. Might not have them anymore. I either missed them or they don't have them. Go back and check again. All right. Don't see it. 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 Page 2. Don't see it. Don't see it, don't see it, don't see it. So what is, there's that Sage 5 lightweight that I got that's great though too. 35 bucks for that knife. If you want to feel what a Sage 5 feels like, that's the one to grab. And then last but not least, don't see them. What is the C number for the Mannix 2? The C number on them is C101. So if we go to AliExpress, type C101 and knife. There we go. Here they are. They only have the black and red ones with black and silver blades. Let's see if I see any more. As far as C101 goes, aha, no. Let's see if the OK Knife store has them. Let's see, Spyderco. The 101. Doesn't look like they have them anymore. But there is this store right here. I'll shoot you that link from the one, this one right here, if you want to check them out. I'm sure this is the same quality as the one I've got. Yeah, I got lucky and grabbed a few of the knives that aren't available anymore. And this is one of the ones I really appreciated getting. Because it's great. Yeah, Yo Jumbo. I've still got to get, I want to get a real Yo Jumbo. My Shaman is still my favorite. But I've also got this Shaman on bearings, which is pretty dang nice. This G10 they did, I mean, I don't know how they did these knives for 25 bucks. Pretty crazy. And you can see it is very, very, very similar to my real one. And it's on bearings. But I love my Shamans. All right. Well, that took up a little bit more time. Now I got to figure out what I want to do with my regular PM2 in Spy 27. I probably need to buy, that's what I need to do. I need to get some of the Alutex, the Aramis scales for this one. So me and Audio-itis, sorry, I was reading JD's post. I've got the square hole titanium one, Pete. Oh, I've got the Shaman. You probably meant the PM2. I've got the square hole Shaman M390. The Manix 2 is the only Spyderco you fully did custom. I took another knife with me to work last night that I shot a video of. I forgot to post it, but I'm going to this morning. But that is the titanium what the heck? Why am I drawing a blank? The titanium, you know, the one that's just like the Shaman. Bodacious. Sorry. My titanium Bodacious. Pretty cool. These were an awesome price, too, for the titanium. They came with a titanium clip, too. And I went around and looked at all the clips that I have on all my Spydercos, and I can't figure out what I want to put on that one. I've got some custom clips on a few of them. But this Bodacious is pretty nice. I think Mr. Whalen has one of these. Yeah, I figured it out. I think you're a few minutes behind, Mr. JD. Because the time I read that was about 2 minutes since I said I figured it out. I took those two also to work. My Bronto and one of my Mini Cortex. I love these Mini Cortex. I wanted to mess around with the thumb stud version last night. And I love this grip pattern. I'm really digging these ones like this. I might as well get all these out of the bag. I gotta I got to start putting up some more knives, make some more places to put some. But yeah, I think I'm going to buy the Alutex with Audio-itis to go on this one. And what are y'all's favorite out of the ones I showed this morning? Let's see, where were they? Right here. So which one of these are y'all's favorite? Do y'all like the plain carbon fiber, or do you like the ones with the metallic in it? Do you like the plain purple or the plain green or the... I like that color. There's the ones, I believe. I don't think those are the regular multicolor pattern, and then the metallic ones are the ones below. Yeah, I like that color, and I like his purple. And the green don't look bad, unfortunately, I have to say. His green is a pretty cool green. But seeing them in scale shape is a lot different than seeing the pattern on his website. Yeah, so those right there look pretty good. But these have the metallic in them, I believe. Some of these do. So I think I like that one better than the other green he showed. Could be the same ones, I don't know. But seeing how they look once you remove material and they change color, because you know they're layered, so like that one right there, you can't see that. Let me just show you what I'm talking about here. So when you go to his website and you look at the Alutex, you can't tell what these look like or what they're going to look like once they're turned into scales, because the pattern totally changes. So I told him he needed, because that right there is that right there, I'm pretty sure. Could be a, no, that's a little different. That's the regular, that's his, I don't know which one that is. I think that might be, no, it's not that one. Let's see here. I like the Raptor Wave. This is the pattern I like, but you can't see what they're going to look like until he mills them. I don't like that G10. That's a pretty sick pattern. Anyway, I'm going to try to get him to send me some pictures of what all the PM2 ones look like before I go to buy some. Grand Stone. That's a cool pattern too. But I just want to know what the different colors look like with the texture made into them, because they're going to look totally different. I don't know. Hopefully y'all can understand what I'm saying. Because a sheet of material is a lot different than once you mill all the lines in it. The Stratos. That's a pretty cool one for a shaman too. And he makes all the cool custom backspacers too to match. Yeah, his teal is really cool too. That seems like a great deal on that knife. Might as well go ahead and buy it, Mr. William. That would be a great car self-defense weapon. Be Shady, yes, I do have a milled clip. I've got this one. Do you think this clip would look the best on that knife? I did the lightning ano on this one, and I could bead blast it back to silver. But do you think this milled titanium one would look the best on this knife? Like, how would that one look on there? It would probably look pretty good. I probably ought to swap these right now. I think I will. I forgot I had that clip. I had another one too, a different style, but I sold it to somebody. I don't remember if it was Brown Sugar or somebody else, but it was on my Manix. It was on my Manix 2 that I sold. I'm making sure to keep the same screws and the same knives so that they fit right. Let me see what this clip looks like on here though. Wow, that screw, there's something messed up with that screw. I think I had to use Loctite on that one to keep it in. I don't think that screw is actually in there. Yeah, that screw won't even come out. So that screw was just a placeholder. Alright, let's see what this clip looks like on here. Oh yeah, I like the style of that way better. I need to bead blast it though back to, because I don't like this lightning ano on this knife. Oh, and these screws aren't long enough. Or something. What in the heck? Maybe that's why the heads on these screws are too big. Let me try these and see if I have any kind of resistance. I'm not going to screw them in. Yeah, these aren't actually the right size. So dang it, I'm going to have to get some different screws. But that clip looks way better on that knife. I'll take the time to bead blast it. And it'll sit like right there. Let's see, let me line up the holes a little better. It'll actually sit like right in there. That's a much better clip though. But for the time being, I'll have to put this one back on because I gotta carry this knife. I'll find the right clip for this knife. I need to do a little looking. Like I said, I wish Mr. Rips garage tech would make some ones that match these fingerprint patterns. Oh, Mr. John sent me a link last night and wanted me to find him some cheaper versions of the full titanium backspacers for the PM2s, and I was able to find the same ones that he found for 87 bucks, and I was able to find them for 60 something bucks, so about 20 bucks cheaper. I think that's the screw that I had the Loctite in. Yeah, these screws are not the best for this clip. I'll have to figure out what's going on with these screws before I lose one of them. But I went ahead and ordered one of the full length titanium backspacers, and I'll show you the ones he sent me were these right here. Let's see. He sent me this page on eBay where this lady was selling the full-length backspacers for 87 bucks. And I found the link for this one from the same ones that she was selling for 67 bucks. Same exact ones. So I went ahead and ordered one of those. And I'm going to try to get it polished up and bright so it'll match the scales that I got. Hopefully I can get it polished up and it'll sit in here and match these scales. And then I'll just need a clip. JD, did you see my Spyderco NAND? I don't know if you saw my Spyderco NAND or not, but I got a couple of really cool ones. Full titanium. I got the NAND and the other one, and they're both real titanium. And they were like 30 something bucks. And they look like they're pretty good copies. But this is the other one. I don't remember what it is. But that's the NAND. And it is titanium. And it was like 33 bucks. Might have been 43 bucks. But this is the other one. I don't remember which model this was. Morning, Mr. Nick. You missed out, but look what you talked up yesterday morning. I've already put it back in the box. But yeah, you talked this up and it showed up yesterday. But yeah, Mr. JD, you could check one of these out for a lot less than $340. And the action on it's actually pretty good. Let me show you real quick where you can grab one of those. What is the C number for the NAND? C270. $25 with titanium handle. $25 and free shipping. So there you go. Go check that one out if you don't want to spend $340. And that other one is this one right here. And I don't remember the model name of it, but it's the other one like the Nan. There's the link to both of them. It's not M390, I guarantee you that, but it is titanium. So they got half of it right. Alright, well, we're going to end this one down. Thank y'all for joining me this first day of the week, Sunday. Yeah, Nick, I definitely need to do that. Or he should do that. I'm sure I'm not the first one to suggest that to him. So I'm pretty sure that he's aware that he should do that. And man, this Zon is very, very nice. And I like that I just replaced that lanyard hole with the other screw. That makes it look cool. Mr. Cliff, you have a great day, sir. I got to put up a bunch of knives this morning. Some of them just go right over here. This one goes in my pocket. But I got to find the right clip for it. Be Shady, yes sir, I got rid of the rattle. I used the extra set of screws that it came with to replace that little lanyard hole filler. So yeah, the rattle is gone. Yeah, it went from this is the sound that it did make before I swapped that out. Uh-oh. Y'all are gonna hear feedback. Here, I can mute the mic and it'll, my headphone died. So yeah, that rattle, but that rattle is on all the originals too. But all you have to do is just replace that with another screw. And they sell the hardware, but mine came with an extra set, so. But that's, all the originals do that too. Yeah, that's way worse than the clip tapping. The clip doesn't tap at all. But supposedly that's how all the real Zons do. I was surprised that this one did it too, being that but it's supposed to be a 1-to-1 copy, so I guess they got it right. This Bronto has great action. Super comfortable knife too. Nick, you need to pick you up one of these if you've been thinking about it. It's a pretty sick knife. Yeah, JD, I feel you about the full retail. But there's certain knives like that there's no way you should pay $340 for this little thing. I mean, there's nothing to it. It's just got 2 detent balls. It's got a track on both sides. So you can see the track there. You can see the track over here. It's got a detent ball 2 different places so that it catches on the end down there, and then when it's closed. And this one actually works great. But there's no way this thing's worth $340. Yeah, you might could, yeah, I could fix the rattle. I had already thought about that last night, about how I could fix the rattle. I could put a little bit of buildup of like regular Elmer's, clear Elmer's glue or something, just to give it a little bit more size on the inside, and it wouldn't vibrate. So I probably will swap it back out and try to add some kind of extra little tolerance thickness, some kind of glue or something, or hot glue or something you can't see that's on the inside that just takes up a little bit of space. Anyway, thank y'all for joining me today. We're going to end this one off. Nick, they have a full titanium version. So you can get just the full tie one. It wouldn't have the crystallized tie. Anyway, appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Have a great week. See y'all tomorrow. Peace. Yeah, Cliff, the O-rings are for the, before I leave, the O-rings are for the thumb studs. So the thumb studs have O-rings on them. That's where they go. And you can swap out these black ones for green ones. Yeah, Nick. You go to Vicino Knives, and there's the Bronto in plain titanium. Oh, it's all good, Cliff. I was just letting you know what they're for. It's plain. It's plain, Nick. One more shot of it. And if you do go there, you can save $15 by using Blade Alchemy 15. So, go to my YouTube page. Click my link.bio at the top. And use my affiliate link to go to the site right here, and then use the code. So click my link.bio, use this 4th link down to go there, and then up here at the top it shows you the code is Blade Alchemy 15 to save $15. So this is my affiliate link to go over there and buy it, and then if you do buy it, you can get it for $15 cheaper. Anyway, now I'm really done. Y'all have a great one. See you tomorrow. Peace.